Paper 25. The Messenger Hosts of Space. Ranking intermediately in the family of the Infinite Spirit are the messenger hosts of space. These versatile beings function as the connecting links between the higher personalities and the ministering spirits. The messenger hosts include the following orders of celestial beings. 1. Havona Servitals. 2. Universal Conciliators. 3. Technical Advisors. 4. Custodians of Records on Paradise. 5. Celestial Recorders. 6. Urantia Companions. 7. Paradise Companions. Of the 7 groups enumerated, only 3, Servitals, Conciliators, and Urantia Companions, are created as such. The remaining 4 represent attainment levels of the angelic orders. In accordance with inherent nature and attained status, the messenger hosts variously serve in the universe of universes, but always subject to the direction of those who rule the realms of their assignment. 1. The Havona Servitals. Though denominated servitals, these midway creatures of the central universe are not servants in any menial sense of the word. In the spiritual world there is no such thing as menial work. All service is sacred and exhilarating. Neither do the higher orders of beings look down upon the lower orders of existence. The Havona Servitals are the joint creative work of the 7 Master Spirits and their associates, the 7 Supreme Power Directors. This creative collaboration comes the nearest to being the pattern for the long list of reproductions of the dual order in the evolutionary universes, extending from the creation of a bright and morning star by a creator-son creative spirit liaison down to sex procreation on worlds like Urantia. The number of servitals is prodigious, and more are being created all the time. They appear in groups of 1,000 on the 3rd moment following the assembly of the Master Spirits and the Supreme Power Directors at their joint area in the far northerly sector of Paradise. Every 4th servital is more physical in type than the others, that is, out of each 1,000, 750 are apparently true to spirit type, but 250 are semi-physical in nature. These 4th creatures are somewhat on the order of material beings, material in the Havona sense, resembling the physical power directors more than the Master Spirits. In personality relationships, the spiritual is dominant over the material, even though it does not now so appear on Urantia, and in the production of Havona Servitals, the law of spirit dominance prevails. The established ratio yields 3 spiritual beings to 1 semi-physical. The newly created servitals, together with newly appearing graduate guides, all pass through the courses of training which the senior guides continuously conduct on each of the 7 Havona circuits. Servitals are then assigned to the activities for which they are best adapted, and since they are of 2 types, spiritual and semi-physical, there are few limits to the range of work these versatile beings can do. The higher or spirit groups are assigned selectively to the services of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, and to the work of the 7 Master Spirits. In large numbers they are dispatched from time to time to serve on the study worlds encircling the headquarters spheres of the 7 superuniverses, the worlds devoted to the final training and spiritual culture of the ascending souls of time, who are preparing for advancement to the circuits of Havona. Both spirit servitals and their more physical fellows are also designated assistants and associates of the graduate guides in helping and instructing the various orders of ascending creatures who have attained Havona and who seek to attain Paradise. The Havona Servitals and the graduate guides manifest a transcendent devotion to their work and a touching affection for one another, an affection which, while spiritual, you could only understand by comparison with the phenomenon of human love. There is divine pathos in the separation of the servitals from the guides, as so often occurs when the servitals are dispatched on missions beyond the limits of the central universe, but they go with joy and not with sorrow. The satisfying joy of high duty is the eclipsing emotion of spiritual beings. Sorrow cannot exist in the face of the consciousness of divine duty faithfully performed. And when man's ascending soul stands before the Supreme Judge, the decision of eternal import will not be determined by material successes or quantitative achievements. The verdict reverberating through the high courts declares, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few essentials. You shall be made ruler over universe realities." On super-universe service, the Havona servitals are always assigned to that domain presided over by the Master Spirit whom they most resemble in general and special spirit prerogatives. They serve only on the educational worlds surrounding the capitals of the 7 super-universes, and the last report of Uversa indicates that almost 138 billion servitals were ministering on its 490 satellites. They engage in an endless variety of activities in connection with the work of these educational worlds, comprising the super-universities of the super-universe for Vonton. Here they are your companions. They have come down from your next career to study you and to inspire you with the reality and certainty of your eventual graduation from the universes of time to the realms of eternity. And in these contacts, the servitals gain that preliminary experience of ministering to the ascending creatures of time, which is so helpful in their subsequent work on the Havona circuits as associates of the graduate guides, or, as translated servitals, as graduate guides themselves. 2. The Universal Conciliators. For every Havona servital created, 7 universal conciliators are brought into being, 1 in each super-universe. This creative enactment involves a definite super-universe technique of reflective response to transactions taking place on Paradise. On the headquarters worlds of the 7 super-universes, there function the 7 reflections of the 7 Master Spirits. It is difficult to undertake to portray the natures of these reflective spirits to material minds. They are true personalities. Still, each member of a super-universe group is perfectly reflective of just one of the 7 Master Spirits. And every time the Master Spirits associate themselves with the Power Directors for the purpose of creating a group of Havona servitals, there is a simultaneous focalization upon one of the reflective spirits in each of the super-universe groups, and forthwith and full-fledgedly an equal number of universal conciliators appears on the headquarters worlds of the super-creations. If, in the creation of servitals, Master Spirit number 7 should take the initiative, none but the reflective spirits of the 7th order would become pregnant with conciliators, and concurrently with the creation of 1,000 Orvonton-like servitals, 1,000 of the 7th order conciliators would appear on each super-universe capital. Out of these episodes, reflecting the 7-fold nature of the Master Spirits, arise the 7 created orders of conciliators serving in each super-universe. Conciliators of pre-paradise status do not serve interchangeably between super-universe, being restricted to their native segments of creation. Every super-universe core, embracing 1/7 of each created order, therefore spends a very long time under the influence of one of the Master Spirits, to the exclusion of the others, for while all 7 are reflected on the super-universe capitals, only one is dominant in each super-creation. Each of the 7 super-creations is actually pervaded by that one of the Master Spirits who presides over its destinies. Each super-universe thus becomes like a gigantic mirror reflecting the nature and character of the supervising Master Spirit, and all of this is further continued in every subsidiary local universe by the presence and function of the creative Mother Spirits. The effect of such an environment upon evolutionary growth is so profound that in their post-super-universe careers, the conciliators collectively manifest 49 experiential viewpoints or insights, each angular, hence incomplete, but all mutually compensatory and together tending to encompass the circle of supremacy. In each super-universe, the universal conciliators find themselves strangely and innately segregated into groups of 4, associations in which they continue to serve. In each group, 3 are spirit personalities, and 1, like the 4th creatures of the servitals, is a semi-material being. This quartet constitutes a conciliating commission, and is made up as follows. 1. The Judge-Arbiter, the one unanimously designated by the other 3 as the most competent and best qualified